This is the Vetanya Bison electric cargo bike, and it is the first cargo bike that I've had, so I'm looking forward to testing it out. But this video might be a little different than my other electric bike reviews because it is all about what it can carry. I'll ride it a little bit first without anything, but then I want to put some different items on here and in the optional front rack there to see how well it handles with some weight on it. This bike features 20 by 4.0 inch tires with fenders and a suspension fork up front. It has a colored LCD screen, lights, and even a horn. The drivetrain is a 7-speed Shimano with an optional throttle. The brakes are hydraulic, and it has a suspension seat post. It has a 750 watt hub motor. The battery is integrated into the frame. It also has decent sized metal pedals, which I can appreciate because some bikes come with small plastic ones. The bike came packaged pretty well with a lot of foam around it. It also included the tools you needed to put it together, which did not take long. Alright, enough talk, it's time to ride it. Okay, I'm going to start here from a dead stop on throttle only, and I'm going to see how long it takes to get up to top speed. Already hitting about 15, so it shouldn't take too long, and it should cut out right around 20, which I'm hitting right now. There we go. I just wanted to double check the speed by verifying it on the GPS with my phone, and it actually looks like the bike reads 1 to 2 miles an hour lower, so I'm holding 21, 22 here with throttle only. Okay, now I'm going to see what it can do while pedaling. I am in assist level 5 and the fastest gear on the rear. We'll see what I can get up to. Pedaling pretty fast right now. Feels like I'm almost running out of gear actually. Up to 27. Pedaling really fast. Don't really want to go any harder than this. I'm tapped out there. That quick test reminded me of the first problem that I have with the bike, and that is that the seat post is not long enough for me. I am 6 feet tall, and I cannot get it high enough to be completely comfortable when I'm pushing it. If I'm just cruising or using the throttle, it's not as big of a deal, but if I actually want to get a workout in, it could lead to knee pain. This seems to be a common thing with these bikes, but is a quick fix by buying a longer seat post. It's just something to keep in mind if you are a taller rider. You can also go pretty fast without actually putting much effort in. You can just spin the pedals and not even engage the hub. Still reach speeds of at least 22, which is what I am at right now. Slight downhill brings me up to 25. Okay, it's time to put that rack to the test by trying to put this small motorcycle on it. It weighs about 75 pounds, so I feel like that's a good test. Get that strapped down and go for a ride. That's not going anywhere. I can use the front basket here for a tripod and another camera. Safe. Okay, it doesn't feel too bad while I'm cruising, but I can start to feel some frame flex. Definitely noticeable having that weight back there. I am just under 20 miles an hour on throttle only, and if I start pedaling, see what I can get up to. But when you pedal, you definitely feel that frame flexing back there. I don't want to pedal too hard, but I'm hitting 22, 23 without actually trying. All right, we got a little bit of off-road here. It is really muddy and greasy, so I want to try to stay in the grass and hopefully on 2 wheels, but I'm at the spot. So, see if this kickstand does the trick in the softer ground. It's not wanting to do it, just there we go. This is electric also, but throttle only. Let's jump right into it. Got a nice skinny across a ditch. Do not want to fall in. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, gotta go back too, I guess. Scary factor. There we go. Now, how did I have this wrapped up? Still trying to figure out this kickstand. But back on the bike and see if I can make it home. Slower on the way back, and I'm home safe. Success. Next up, it's time to go RCing. Should fit on here perfectly. Bungee it down and go for a ride to a different spot than I usually do. It feels like a different bike without that other bike on the back. Definitely do not notice the RC back there. The front basket is perfect for the radio bag. I'm going off-road a bit to get to this spot. Oh, log crossing. We'll see what happens here. Oh, that's a long bike. That was actually pretty tough because you can't control your speed all that well on this thing. And if you tap the brakes, then you lose power. try to get the power back on, and it takes a second, so probably should have just used the throttle there, but wanted the extra challenge, I guess. And here we are. Time to drive in the sand a little bit. Now I'm getting the kickstand figured out. I'm actually really liking having this front rack on here. Just makes it so much easier to carry the essentials. Okay, time to film a bit of this. I actually like RC so much that I started another channel for it. It is called PSF RC. So if you want to see more of this action, be sure to tune in to that channel. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll still show a bit of it on this channel though. Oh, not quite enough for a flip that time. Well, that was a lot of fun, but it's time to get back to the bike, I guess. I should mention that it is pretty tricky to control the power in the higher assist modes on trails like these. You really don't want to be going as fast as it seems to want to. Even in level 3, it's a bit much, so something to keep in mind if you do get in anything tighter. You might be better off using the throttle or the lower assist levels. Check it out, I just got the trailer built up and it went together pretty well. Besides, I did have to drill out this piece bigger to fit the axle. Other than that, went together pretty easily, and it connects easily as well. Now I have a chainsaw on the back rack, some earmuffs on the front, and I'm going to go get some firewood. Okay, it is a little bumpy where I'm headed. Might be more designed for the road, but I figured this would be a good test and a way that I would personally use it. So I am finding, even in mode 1, the bike wants to go faster than I actually want to be going right now with the trailer. And with how bumpy this is, the ground is just kind of frozen and thawing, so it's a bit slippery as well, but gotta get it out there one way or another. Well, there was some pretty odd shaped stuff in there, but time to load it up, see what it can hold. Okay, it is loaded up. Let's see if it has the power, traction, and stability to make it back home. It's pulling, no problem. I'm going to use the throttle to have a little more control over my speed. When you pedal, it just wants to go as fast as it wants to in that power assist level. So the throttle, be a little more precise, keep things going slower, and use some pedal input if you need to add a little bit, help it out. But I'm going pretty well so far. A little slippery, you can definitely tell the trailer's there. Kind of pulls you backwards when you hit some of these bumps, but I'm moving along just fine. Okay, everything stayed on and the trailer held together. It was pretty rough on that trail. I was able to go a little faster and just pedal when it smoothed out, but for the most part, it was a little bit rough and bouncy for this setup to go very fast with what I'm trying to do here. But it worked. Here's the most important test. I want to put our seats in the back another time, but right now, I'm splitting some wood and going to see if it can haul some weight. Okay, it is nice and full. Let's see if it can pull. And a little wheelie there, but it's going. Should do the trick. Oh, big wheelie. Be hard to turn if its front wheels are in the air the whole time. Could use a better mounting system, but I just threw it on there now for a quick test. It needed a bit more weight up front. That seems to be helping. I have to admit that having a little trailer like this is pretty sweet, and I plan on using it a lot more. The one thing I don't like about it is that this little plastic piece is not attached, so I could see myself losing it, but I will probably just try to glue it in. This is one of the more useful e-bikes that I've had in this category due to its cargo capability. I can see myself using it to haul a lot of different things and doing trail maintenance. One thing I would like to change is the center stand. It is a little bit finicky to use, so I would rather have the option for a standard side kickstand. The biggest problem I had with the bike was that I was not able to get the battery out by hand. I tried for a while and contacted the company, and eventually they told me to pry it out with a screwdriver. That worked, but it scratched the frame and battery in the process. They sent me a video of another bike with the battery coming out very easily, so this is not a problem on all of the bikes, but I do not know how common it is. Hopefully it will loosen up over time since I like to be able to remove the battery easily, but it will not stop me from using it in the future.